Hello, my name is Amy DeGise. I'm the chairwoman of the Hudson County Democratic Organization and a lifelong resident of Hudson County. We are back here with HCDO Retro, where we want to go and speak to the most influential people from Hudson County and the people who built up the county that we have today, as well as the Democratic Party. Our first guest was special to me, County Executive Tom DeGise. There is a relationship there. And we have him back for part two. The last we spoke to him, he was talking about his early road into politics and becoming elected under Mayor Brett Schundler. All right, so thank you again for joining us here.
Good to be here, Shorty.
Thank you, thank you. So what were some of your early or proudest initiatives as the city council president? Like, what was Jersey City becoming with your guidance?
Well, you know, the taxes were a big problem there. You know, the mayor before that was Tony Cucci, and he was more what we would call now like a progressive thing. And there was a lot of, you know, a lot of spending being done without as much revenue collecting.
Yeah.
And so that was a big one. And Brett was very innovative. He was you know, some kind of stockbroker over in New York, had done very well for himself, you know, that he had you know, that he had, I'm gonna, yeah, it's throwing me, my James Taylor ring thing. So he came up with Brett came up with some innovative ways of raising taxes, and it was called the bulk lien sale. Well, liens, I'm not going to get into explaining it right now.
Yeah.
But it was very new and very controversial. And when I campaigned, I was kind of like the three at-larges with Brett. I was the one that did most of the splaining and most of the talking and that. And I, you know, I figured out what Brett was trying to do, and we did it. And we had a catastrophic drop in taxes that made us very, very popular.
Yeah.
Because the bulk lien was close to $100 million. Trouble was the next year where he tried to bulk some more, but the properties weren't just worth what the first batch was doing. And it was one of the first lessons I learned in finance and politics, that if you get a windfall, if you get something unexpected, that it's good, that don't just throw it all in the budget and lower taxes and thump your chest and say how great you are right there, because next year's coming. And you have to space it out. And that was probably, Brett and I are still friends, but that was probably the tug of war over the 8 years that he was mayor and I was council president, that most people didn't see. I was of the opinion the people want a level road on their taxes. You can increase them a little bit, but keep them down there. And Brett's saying, it's not your money, it's their money, it's the taxpayers' money. So I'm putting it right in the budget, and I'm going to lower their taxes because that's what they want. And it was it made me look at policy more as to what is the best way of going.
Yeah.
You know, I championed a lot of tax abatements. They wound up biting me in my, you know, a little bit later on in my career.
Now. Yeah.
But you know, without those, a lot of the buildings that were built, particularly in the downtown area, wouldn't have been built. And you know, the unions wouldn't have had work and everything. And there's two sides to every story. I'm not going to argue it out. Yeah, I could be wrong or I could be right. But being the council president gave me the opportunity to deal at that level. I told you in the last segment how Billy Gorhan and I were good friends, and how disappointed I was when he got the nod to be the Ward D.
Yeah.
Well, once we were there, I would tease him and saying, Billy, your job is to get all the cats out of all the trees. Let me deal with the big financial things and everything. He would laugh, but actually that's what it came down to. The ward council person was dealing with cats in the trees and kids on the corner and potholes and all the things that should be attended to by a city and a city council there. And not me, though. I was a big shot. I got to deal with tax abatements and millions of dollars. And it primed me a little bit later, to make a run for mayor. I felt as though I understood how the government went, and when that didn't work out, then winding up where I am now, that the numbers didn't intimidate, the policies for the most part are pretty well understood. I learned, from Brett how to be an executive. When I was council president, you get a lot of dirt under your fingernails. You deal with the day-to-day things, and you fight for the votes, you make deals and compromises in order to do that. As an executive, you sit back and you wait for them to bring you to dinner. That I'll ask guys on my staff now, Abe Anton and Sheriff Fuller, my finance director, shouldn't I be getting a budget soon? We're not quite ready yet. You'll get it when it's ready. And they don't want the executive like getting into the sausage, how they make sausage and stuff. I get to set the direction of what you want done, and then signing off that it's done with that. And that's the way it works. And I preferred the council work of knocking on somebody's door saying, hey, what do I got to do to get your vote tonight? I need one more vote for this. Well, and that was that team type of concept was what I liked better. Didn't work out that way, but.
Well, no, and I remember a lot of those days.
You used to come down.
I was in City Hall every Wednesday in Catholic school. You wore your gym clothes on Wednesdays. So I was allowed to come because I was in comfortable clothes, and I
used to make you go get me coffee so that you would be on television when they televised the thing.
At the time, I thought the council meetings were like aired nationally, and I would crawl on the floor to deliver your coffee, but those were some good times.
We had some fun times, and you got your feet right a little bit on that too by saying that.
Absolutely.
I'm going to tell Amy's story.
Well, give us 20 seconds to take a short break, and then you could. I won't even want to know the story beforehand because I might stop you. But let's go to break right now, and we'll be back with an Amy story. All right.
The Jersey City Medical Center. You know it for its award-winning life-saving ambulance service. It's also your health hub, with health and wellness locations staffed with certified professionals all through Hudson County. The Jersey City Medical Center, here to help you with your healthy, here when you need us the most. The Jersey City Medical Center. Visit us on the net to learn more. Jersey City Medical Center, Robert Wood Johnson, Barnabas Health Facility. Let's be healthy together. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design studio and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
Stevens Jersey City Ford, located right off of NJ 440 North. Across the Hudson Mall is your one stop for all your automotive needs. Check out Ford's latest models like the 2020 Ford Fusion with its stylish looks and hybrid options, or the unparalleled high-performance 2020 Ford Mustang. The 2020 Ford F-150 Raptor is ready for those rugged off-road terrains with trail control. Need a mid-sized truck for your towing and hauling? The 2020 Ford Ranger will deliver. The 2020 Ford Escape is a luxury SUV that was made for comfort and adventure on the go. Returning is Ford's legendary Bronco, which takes you back to the true meaning of off-roading. They are now available for pre-order in our showroom or on our website. Let us help you find your next vehicle. Stevens Jersey City Ford, 201-432-7272.
Hello and welcome back. Time to hear the Amy story from Amy's dad.
You know, dads love to embarrass their children.
You
know,
especially?
And, I was pretty good at it.
Yeah.
But here's an Amy story for you. I have others, but she used to come down and help me out, and on Wednesdays, was it? You had a day there. And she would sit at my aide's desk there. Now, Bernice Lord, who just passed away within a year there, and she would do it. And there would be a little placard on the desk near my desk that would say, Bernice Lord, aide to the council president. And then Robert Byrne, I think it was Robert, decided that Amy should have one too, because she comes down. So it was Amy DeGise, the aide to the council president, and Amy liked that. As soon as she came in, she knew where it was and she put it there. Then all of a sudden, one day, Amy's was in the drawer, but Bernice's weren't in the drawer, and we never did find the what happened to the Amy DeGise aide to the thing. But we have a pretty good idea.
I swear I didn't touch it. I did not touch it. I remember that.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I used to take like a piece of paper and write my name.
Yeah.
And someone finally made the nice
made the placard
wooden
for you.
one. It
Yeah.
was really sharp. And no, I do remember. I didn't
Poor
take
Bernice,
it.
it broke her heart. That
Oh, my
it
God.
really did.
Yeah, I know, because people could forget who Bernice was, you know? They liked, and I think you liked her dealing with people, very strong.
Oh,
and everything.
Bernice was
You got
way
to be the
tougher
good
than
guy.
I was. Yeah, I was the good
Yeah.
guy.
Always got to be the good
I used to
guy.
tell that to Gorhand sometimes and say, Billy, when we meet with these people, let's do the good cop, bad cop. What do you think you are?
Yeah.
And he knew that, and we did it like that. And but yeah, Bernice was wonderful and continued with me when I went on to the county.
Yeah. Oh,
too,
yeah.
for a while.
Yeah. And that's you do play good cop very well. You are always the nice guy. You know, one of his famous lines, if there's like a fight or some drama, and someone is upset with someone else, he'll say, he's a good guy, or she's a really nice woman. Give her a chance. You're always a man of second chances. And I always like that too. It helps you build diplomacy.
Do you think that you're bringing a lot of my traits with you as you're?
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, this is years of doing the exact opposite of what you wanted me to do or asked me to do. And, I was probably a horrible teenager, typical angsty, want to disobey or, just do the opposite. And I find myself, I share a lot of, your qualities, also a lot of your vices, I spill
I don't
things.
have any vices.
Oh, yeah, no, none at all. Forgetful sometimes.
Yeah,
Stain
maybe that
my
one.
shirts. I don't know why I'm wearing a white shirt today. It'll definitely have a stain on it soon.
Yeah,
but
we do that.
I
had to clean this sweater up before I sat down. So.
I'm glad you did.
I did,
really
yeah.
am, yeah. I'm used to the little dad, please change this. But I think that those were things that I saw growing up, how you dealt with people. You always listened to them, you always looked at them a certain way, and you actively heard them out, and you could see someone was angry and their fists are clenched. And by the end of the conversation, like their shoulders were relaxed and they had felt better, and you had given them your time, and they felt that that was valuable, and I saw that
I
that
appreciate that.
brings you a further way than sometimes knowing the best strategy or the best way to end things, and that's that government politics.
I often worry about you and your career as you're taking off, whether being my daughter, does it help you or does it hurt you? You know, I'm not sure.
Yeah, time will tell. I will
Yeah.
say the things that have helped is, being immersed in it at such a young age. Like I said, like growing up in City Hall and just overhearing conversations, always knowing in the Jersey Journal what people were talking about, and now knowing that my friends, my peers, like most of them never read that growing up or knew the names. So having an understanding, but also knowing how to deal with people. You would go to almost every block association community thing. Like that was just understood. A few days a week we were going to join you, because sometimes it was, we have to leave at this time. Can you come up and say, Dad, you promised me ice cream? And that was your exit out because you had something else to go to, or we
I always
had to go
tried.
home.
You played basketball,
I did.
and I always tried to be the dad that drove you there, that took you to Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
Because and always wanted us to go on vacation.
Yeah.
Wanted that, to give you. I didn't want to get so wrapped up in the political and governmental thing that I would forget about you and Lulu, and Mommy. There that. And we went on some nice vacations, and
Oh, absolutely.
Amish country on a whim.
Oh, I didn't like that as a younger
You outgrew it.
person. I outgrew it, and now I like it better. But we would go to all these different parts of Jersey City, which is big, but when I was younger, it was huge to me. Just these different neighborhoods that you just seem to know so well. And I guess sometimes having kids around you as you're trying to talk politics, or you had to get up on a stage, you wanted us to kind of get out of your way, and you would give Lulu's my sister, you'd give Linda and I money, and you'd tell us to go over and get the food, which is usually like an ethnic type of food, learn a few words that you don't know, learn someone else's language, go watch that dance. And I see now as I have gotten older how appreciative I am of our diversity. And that was because you were so appreciative of it. Jersey City was not just the Heights. It was not just our neighborhood or our parish or, our background. It was just filled with every different culture, and that was such a luxury that I thought all of America was this diverse. I didn't realize.
With me, again, quite a bit older than you, so many of the kids I went to grammar school and high school, they're not there anymore. There's a few, but there aren't too many. Do you find that in your age group too, that the people kind of leave here after a bit?
Yeah, I don't think they go as far as your friends may have went. They go out to like Lyndhurst or North Arlington. A lot of people would love to stay in Hudson County. I think sometimes cost is a factor. I went to high school in Bayonne, and a lot of the Bayonne girls are still in Bayonne.
Bayonne retains them a little better, I think, than Jersey City does.
Yeah, I think a lot of your friends, so it's funny because their children are my age. Their children wish they lived in Jersey City. Yeah,
that has turned around a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm very happy that we never left. There was a time where I couldn't even consider it because I didn't have any money, so we were there.
Yeah.
But as it turned out, I'm glad that we stayed.
Yeah.
I'm glad that,
I am too. Yeah.
it was a nice, for me in the 1950s and 60s, it was a really nice place to grow up.
Yeah.
Really had a lot of friends, and it was fun.
Absolutely. Well, we'll talk about that in our last segment with Tom DeGise coming up next.
Good Friend Self-Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self-Storage. Let us be your good friend.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers the quality of life you deserve in 10 high-rise rental towers with amenities such as the on-site Newport Path subway, light rail and ferry service, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Sears, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams Supermarket is just outside your front door. A health and fitness club, spa, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. NewportNJ.com. Enjoy the New York skyline from Newport Town Square. Manhattan is just one path stop away or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Want to visit Newport? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. Go to NewportNJ.com for details. Newport has luxurious towers, great restaurants, shopping, New York skyline views, schools, playgrounds, a marina and yacht club, gym, spa, fine wine, fine living. It's incredible. It's you. NewportNJ.com. Newport, live like you want.
Rama Jewelers, located in the Lyndhurst Shopping Center at 413 Valley Brook Avenue, Lyndhurst. Come for all your jeweler needs at Rama Jewelers, where you will find a fine selection of necklaces, earrings, rings, and bracelets. Choose from one of our complete sets, our many signature items, or find the perfect engagement ring. Come on down. That's Rama Jewelers at 413 Valley Brook Ave, Lyndhurst. Call 201-939-5784 or visit us online today.
Hello, thank you for still watching. We're in our last part of our Part 2 segment with Tom DeGise. You gave us a really vibrant history. We haven't even gotten up to mayoral run or county executive, so you definitely have to come back. But let's end off on what you were just saying on the changing in Jersey City and why you're happy you're staying here. You know, what are some of your favorite memories of Jersey City? What do you love, and why are you happy you raised us here?
I was born in 1950. I had 2 older sisters there, and no dad. My father died before my 2nd birthday of cancer there. So, you know, it was women. But like where I live now on New York Avenue, 2 blocks from where I was born there. And that people called us the baby boomers. That generation was the baby boomers. All the soldiers came back from war and made a lot of babies there. And so finding young friends to play with wasn't the hardest thing in the world. They were all over the place. They were all boys. And mastering the arts of stickball, punchball, hit the point, box ball, and all that. I wouldn't trade that part of my life for any other growing up. And it wasn't until I got a little bit older that I realized we were poor. You know, that grandma, your grandma, my mom, had to raise 3 children, including me, who was a baby at that point, without a husband. Yeah. Like I never had a bicycle in my life, you know, and if you can picture it, like if you had your sneakers got a hole in them, you took baseball cards and you put them in there. Wow. You know, shouldn't do it. But you know what? Nobody had a whole lot of money, and I never felt the need for anything more. You know, it was just a great childhood that I really loved. Yeah. And about the 5th or 6th grade, I took a paper route for the neighborhood because I discovered I liked having a little bit of money on me. Yeah. And it wasn't a whole lot, and I did that right up until I was a freshman in high school. I delivered the papers, collected, and made maybe $10 a week or something like that. Yeah. But it put money in my pocket. Yeah. And it also taught me that if you want something, you work for it. That nobody's going to give you anything, and you don't want charity from anybody. Yeah. You want something, you know, you're doing it. But I feel so fortunate to have been born in that neighborhood, New York Avenue and Bauer Street, there, with those friends. You know, I still have friends that I've had for 65 years. Yeah.
I have my uncles. They're not blood uncles. They're, you know, your friends.
They were friends. Yeah. And, you know, we're starting to heal over a little bit, but like that was, those were friendships that were made to last forever. And I just feel, you know, so far, I think that every generation thinks that the time that they grew up is the best generation,
Yeah.
the best time
Oh,
to go
yeah.
up. The only difference between that, like with my generation and yours, is that mine really was the best there. You might get
That's
it yours.
pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, we believe that.
Yeah.
Well, the best movies, the
Music.
baseball,
and-
Willie,
yeah.
Mickey, and the Duke. You know, everybody. You know, this was ideal, and not having, you know, certain things didn't even dawn on me
Yeah.
till I got older, and because I knew that if you wanted something, you had to work for it.
Yeah.
When I dated girls for the first time, you know, I had no money. We used to, there were a couple of us that could go down by Scott Printing in that area down, you know, along Baldwin Avenue
Yeah.
there. And the truck drivers would maybe give you $10 or $20 if you would unload their truck.
Oh, wow.
You know, they would pull it in there and everything. And if you got $20, you had enough for a date. That would pay for a movie, a Tippy's hot dog,
Tippy's
you know,
hot dog. Oh, I
and
love
stuff
Tippy's.
there. And, you know, so I always understood that if you want something, work for it.
Yeah.
You go for it. And it's worked out pretty good for me.
It definitely has.
Hmm.
Yeah, and Jersey City, you know, was able to give that to you too.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, I love the city. There's, you know, there's a lot of us out there. I know you do too.
I do.
I talk to guys
never
like
leave.
Bobby Cavanaugh and everything, and we just wax nostalgic, you know.
Yeah,
We
and we're
like talking about
Very prideful here.
it. Absolutely.
Yeah. If you had to say one Jersey City location was the landmark, you know, what would that be to you? What's your favorite place or neighborhood? What would be your landmark?
Well, it goes a little, can I go a little bit older?
Okay, sure.
I wound up spending a lot of time in Cuccinelli's Tavern on the corner of Congress, and I used to bartend there.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
bartended in about 3 different bars.
Yeah.
You know, when I delivered blimpies, parked cars at Newark Airport. I did a lot of
Yeah.
scuffling
Odd
to do
jobs.
that, odd
Yeah.
job. But like me and my brother-in-law, your Uncle Stan, who just passed away there, we played a lot of pool there. We watched a lot of football there. We drank a lot of beer there. And there I made other friends, you know, the John Costolinis and Tommy McGoverns and Billy Schnabels. So, you know, they all came in and, you know, we played ball together, and, you know, that wound up being the heart of things, was Cuccinelli's Tavern. And Steve Cuccinelli,
Yeah.
he's still around. He lives out in Bergen County, but he operates with Joe Castagna,
At the
the
Wonder
bagel
Bagels.
place
Yeah.
on Central Avenue.
Which is, you know, new kind of landmarks for Jersey. Everybody loves their Wonder Bagels. They're in almost every neighborhood now. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. A lot of Beach Boys and Johnny Cash at Cuccinelli's bar. Remember you telling me?
Yeah. We used to,
stories.
if you have enough beers in you, you can turn into a really terrific singer.
Oh yeah, yeah. And believe me, I've heard you singing often, and you've heard mine. You know,
In
We
our
only get
family,
better.
when they wanted to sing "Happy Birthday" to anybody, they would make me start because they think it's really, really funny, and they could laugh at my terrible voice.
Yeah, a very prideful singer though.
Yeah, oh, I love singing and concerts and stuff like that.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, you do. But thank you for doing this. We have so much more to talk about. You know, I'm happy to get out some of these stories. But I thank you so much for everything that you've, you know, ever, you know, instilled in me. But being born and
Well, I'm
raised
proud
in
of you.
Jersey City is one of my favorite things.
And I'm so proud of
about
what
us.
you're doing. You've grown up to be a wonderful young woman, and you know, I'm enjoying watching it.
Well, you had a lot to do with that.
Well,
Thank you.
I'll be there.
I love you. And,
Love you too, girlie.
Hopefully we have more conversations, not just with the county executive and my dad, Tom DeGise, but with plenty others of the people who shaped Hudson County. I love hearing these stories and these histories, and I hope that you like them too. Thank you very much for joining us.